Call the meeting order. Let's get started.
7:01. All right, as usual, I mean, it's this time of year, we're slow. But I'll run down what we have, what we've had, um, what we're kind of doing, and that kind of stuff. So, first of all, last week, February vacation, we had a program with SNL. They did a drop-in program. For the 4 days they did it, we had 150 kids come through the doors. They are absolutely fantastic. We are very lucky to have them. And quite honestly, I've noticed on Facebook that parents were asking for something on election day. They're looking for somewhere to put their kids. So I reached out to SNL, and they said they would gladly do it. In fact, their exact word, I said, I don't know how many kids we're going to get. And they said, it doesn't matter if we have one or we have 100. We want parents to know that we're there for them. So they're doing it. As of 10 o'clock this morning, they had 34 kids already registered. So it's popular, and it's popular because of the staff they bring in. They do a real quality job. Their director knows every kid and every parent. If he doesn't know them the first time, he knows them the second time for sure. So it's just a real welcoming environment. So we're excited to have them back. Biddy basketball is coming up in a few weeks. Biddy basketball has 20. I can't read my own handwriting. 23 kids in the pre-K program currently. 29 in the kindergarten program. I estimate that we'll get to about 30 in one group and 40 in the other. So we still got time. Again, great numbers. Great coach that we have running it. So that's always helpful.
Maybe feed some dinner.
Just one thing, guys. And then so we're excited about that. Cardio dance is coming back. That class has been incredibly popular. We had a full session last time of 30 people. We already have 21 registered. We still have several weeks to go before that class starts. Pickleball lessons, they're always full. I mean, I feel like I a broken wheel when I say that because it just keeps saying it and saying it and saying it. So they're there. A broken record, I meant. Community gardens, we already have 73 registrations for the wait list for the drawing for that. The drawing will take place on April 5th. The lottery itself will end registration on the 31st. 31st of March, obviously. Last year we had 105 or 106 of the lottery. I think we'll get all of that again. So, and there is talk of adding more gardens. Who, what, when, where, why, I don't know, but there's talk of it, and I'm sure it'll come down the road at some point. We added a sweetheart dance. If you guys will remember, those who have been around for a while, we did a daddy-daughter dance several years ago, pre-COVID. We were supposed to have one on the night that basically the world shut down. So on March 13th of 2020, we were supposed to have our daddy-daughter dance. We obviously didn't have it. So the group who kind of runs it, two ladies, reached back out to me wanting to do it. So we're doing it again. That will be on the 13th of March. We only have 32 registered at the time, but honestly, people can do it at the door, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have upwards of 70 to 80 in that. So
is that for kids, Dan, or is that for adults?
That is, quite honestly, it is for anybody. Ideally it is for kids. So yeah, we used to call it the daddy-daughter dance, but I wanted to be much more inclusive in that, realizing that, that's not every household. So we made it the sweetheart dance, and anybody who wants to attend can attend. It's geared towards kids, but that doesn't mean that, whoever can attend. We'll welcome anybody. And that's kind of the whole crux of it. It should be a fun night. They're gonna have a photo booth. They're gonna have snacks. They'll have, I believe they get flowers for the little girls who are coming in or out. They'll have the DJ. So it'll be 2 hours of fun. And then
when was it?
It is 2 Fridays from now, so the 13th of March.
Nice.
And summer, things are online. We haven't started really advertising yet just because we needed to get through a February vacation first. We don't want to confuse people. And now we're doing the election day thing, so we don't want to confuse people again. So next week we'll really ramp up with the summer programming, and we're still adding classes. I mean, just because what I have out today doesn't mean that's what we have come July 1st. We could add more, and we will. So lots of things going on programming wise, just not going on right now. So any questions about program stuff? Nothing. Okay. So moving on to the Civic Center. If you haven't been by recently, we have, I think I mentioned last time, the town was working on a skylight on the second floor. They are near completion. It's just being painted right now. It's going to look fantastic. The natural light coming in is going to just be unbelievable. So we're excited about that. And actually Frank Leone, our good friend who used to be on this board, Frank now works for the town as part of the facilities department. So that's a welcome addition for me because it's just another familiar face who I know gets things done. And he's been fabulous. He's actually been instrumental in that project. So he's doing a great job. We love having him.
He's very proud of his new sweatshirt.
He's a great teammate, and you guys know that. There's no finer person than Frank. So he's
I
doing
saw
great.
him on Monday. I said, can you come back to the recreation board? And he said, I can't because I'm an employee, but
I think he could. He can't.
No, he stepped down from capital planning.
Well, he has to
Yeah.
do that because he works for facilities. So where a lot of the stuff that he votes on are regarding facilities, he'd have to step down. But I'd love to have him back. He's great man.
he is.
WBA is winding down. I think their last day is not this week, next week. So we're almost there with them. So they're almost done. St. Joseph's is just about done. So we're going to have time available in the gym between 6 and 8. I have a list of mile long of people who want time, whether it's for pickleball, soccer, baseball, whatever it is. We are going to fill that gym again. I may leave a day or two here or there with time blocks now, so Christina can actually get in there and do some deep cleaning like she's wanted to, because I packed the gym to the absolute nth degree during the winter. But we're gonna fill that with pickleball because there is a huge demand for it. And we'll let the other groups obviously use what they need till this season begins. So get that going. That's really kind of the long and the short of it with ACE, because it's just, with ACC, because it's not a lot that's changed. It's same old, same old. So any questions about the Civic Center? No.
Mm.
Okay.
I have a question. What's the rate for hour at the Civic Center now?
For what?
Per an hour. If someone wants to rent it out for an hour?
So if you want the gym, we have a tiered structure. 35 for a youth organization or nonprofit, $50 for a resident, 100 for a non-resident. And that's for the gym. Heritage Room is 25, 40, and 60. And the spaces just go so fast.
Is that per hour or
That's per hour. Yeah. We
Mm.
don't get a lot of non-residents. We did during COVID because groups were looking to play basketball places, and we were open and other towns weren't taking them. So we packed it then with non-residents for, when our normal groups weren't there. But now that spaces are open in Melrose or Linfield or wherever it is, they don't need us anymore. So, but we take care of our own first, which is great. And people, you can't beat that space for that price. And especially with the new lighting too, it makes a huge difference. Moving over to Albion, we have an open mic night tomorrow night, a storytelling night, new beginnings. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, please swing on by. It's at 7 o'clock. We are always trying to add more program over there. In fact, we're going to have a bunch this summer. We actually had 4 classes over there during February vacation. We did a comic enthusiast class. We did a make your own stuffed animal class. We did a Pokemon trading card class where the kids made their own Pokemon cards. And we did a junk art class. So all art-based kind of things that we did, they went very well. I was afraid that we were going to have to cancel 3 of them prior to February vacation. We ended up being able to run all of them. So, we needed a minimum of 6. We got to our minimums. And then on 2 of them, we got well beyond minimum. So happy about that. So yeah, we're looking to add more programming always there. And then we have our next art show. So the Arts Cooperative of Wakefield will do their art show the month of April on Fridays and Saturdays. So there's things on the horizon, which is great. I do have a lady in town. She's been a volunteer on a bunch of different committees, but she's been taking a very particular interest in Albion because she's very arts related. She's actually on the Arts Council currently, and she is going to kind of be a volunteer for me there. So for nights like tomorrow night, the open mic night, I've told you guys before, I just can't commit to being there at all these events. She's gonna be my eyes and ears there. I got her a Wakefield Recreation sweatshirt. She's gonna greet people, welcome them, so we have that presence there. I want that presence so people know that it's not just a town building. The recreation department's involved, and we care, and we want you to know that we're here and invested in this. So Marlene will take good care of me over there and welcome everybody and be a friendly face, and that's important to me. So yeah, that's kind of where we are with Albion. There's other things coming up. I know town council has a some sort of an event there on March 20th, I think it is. And then we have things kind of here and there sporadic, but it's picking up. We're still not in a revenue stream thing yet. I wanted to get through April, so I know I've done a full year, know how this is used, and then I'll come to you all with a proposal as to what I think might work. Of course, that's after visiting with Follow Your Art in Melrose too, because I like their model. I just want to see more, so I know that I'm comparing apples to apples as opposed to apples to oranges. So, any questions on Albion?
Dan, is it might be with the town council thing you mentioned. Is that volunteer appreciation thing? Is that there?
I have no idea. I honestly don't know what it is.
I think it is, Gene.
Is it? Okay.
It is there? No.
I was just told that we need the room that night and make it available, and that's what I do. So that's what I did. I don't ask questions. I ask
Rang a
questions
bell
to
when
everybody
you
else.
said it.
If Sherry says to me, I want XYZ, Sherry gets XYZ. So we make that happen. Moving on to fields. So I have a meeting next week with youth soccer and youth lacrosse. I finally was able to get them to agree on a time and a date. We are meeting next, I think it's Wednesday night, the 6th. We know that we're going to need to use some grass fields because we're losing Beasley. Beasley there's going to be construction fencing put up by April 1st. So that takes that field offline all spring. We knew that, we anticipated it. So that's going to happen. So we're going to need to use some grass fields a little bit more. We're really looking at Moulton, Ewell, and maybe Sullivan. So youth soccer for, at least since I've been here, has used Beasley on Sundays mornings for their tot program, the micro league program. They just need a big grass space, and youth baseball actually doesn't use the 90-foot diamonds in the mornings. They only use them in the afternoons. Normally in the mornings, I've rented those space, Moulton, Sullivan, and Ewell, actually those three, out to either pure baseball or extra innings or whatever it might be. So those groups are out. Wakefield soccer comes in. They'll use those spaces as needed. So we're gonna hammer all that out. We do have more time at Mullen this year. Brendan and Danny Lum over at the high school did a fantastic job of maximizing space at Landrigan so the youth teams could get on to Walton and Mullen earlier. Greatly appreciated. So we just need to sit down with Lax and soccer to see who needs what, when, and where. And this will be our model for the next 3 to 5 years. Little tweaks here or there. Rich knows the field scheduling thing probably better than anybody here. Not the easiest task, but we'll make it work and make sure everybody's satisfied, not happy, satisfied. So we'll get that going on.
How did they take it?
What do you mean?
When did you say you met with them
No,
already?
I meet with them next week.
Okay.
Everybody knows,
But
going
they've got,
into this, there's going to have to
Okay.
be concessions.
yeah.
Okay. In the model that you created or helped create many years ago,
Hello, we are not available now.
is what we followed.
Please leave your name and
Yeah.
phone number after the beep.
That's
We
great.
will return your call.
We lost somebody.
Yeah. So that's what we've used and we've been following, and we tweak it here or there. Losing Beasley is a big one for us.
Yeah, right.
In hindsight, for me, I always dreaded what if the high school's built on Walsh Field? What would that do? In hindsight, that would have been great.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. What's done is done. We'll roll with it. But we'll figure out a good plan. And again, it's not to make everybody happy, because not everybody's gonna be happy, but at least satisfied knowing this is the best that we can do at this time.
Dan, I haven't been there for quite a while, but is there any open space on Maple Way?
So Maple Way, we actually, youth softball puts up a fence now for high school and for their youth league. So I'd actually like to leave Maple Way alone for softball. Plus, they're gonna struggle with Blatz this year, because Blatz is gonna be impacted by the construction at high school too. Fencing goes all the way down. The construction fencing goes all the way down to there. People in the past have stood in the outfield to watch games. That's not gonna be able to happen this year. So there's a lot of moving parts. I'm gonna leave Blatz totally alone. Maple Way totally alone. I don't want soccer setting foot on that unless we are in an absolute pinch. And from conversations that I've had with Ann Miller, who helps with WSA and the scheduling, we don't need it. If we can use Yule, we're fine. If we can use Sullivan or Moulton, we're fine. So it'll work.
I know a million years ago, the town bought a piece of property down there that was never,
It's still the same way. Yep.
is there ever gonna be a chance that that is somehow, at least a part of it? I know it's difficult for all of it to be, you know,
Possibly, but that would have to be a warrant thing. We'd have to have that in town warrant.
no, I know, I
Yeah.
know, I know.
And that'd be a
wouldn't
big
do it.
number. I can only imagine what that number would be. That would be my guess, 6 figures, because I'm sorry, 7 figures, because there's ledge there. So it'd be hard.
No, I know, there's a
No.
whole bunch of things there that.
Yeah, there's a whole, yes, the
Yeah.
last time I took a tour there was a lot back there.
But it's, you know, it cost a lot of money at the time.
Sure.
And it's never been utilized in
No.
any way or even sold. if
Right.
you-
Just sitting there.
Just sitting there.
Yep.
Just curious.
Yeah. And then lastly, McKenna Courts down at Vets, they're back open. I think I told you all last time I locked those up because it was being used as a dog park. And it's 50 something degrees today. I actually unlocked it on Monday. So people who
great.
want to go down there and play, it is open. So that
Is it schedulable at this point?
no, I won't have the schedule available probably until April. That's typically
Okay.
what we do. So it'll be first come, first served basis at this point.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And the nets are down there, so people can play.
Great.
I think that's all I have. Yeah. Anybody? Oh, and then Charlie brought this up to me a while ago about seeing how the rec department could get involved with the parade. I have reached out to Brian Fox to let him know that if he needs help with advertising or seeking out volunteers, that we're able to do that. There's no way I could put staff on there. Any staff who would want to be paid that day, and because it's a holiday, I think they'd have to get overtime. We're not doing that. But I'm happy to help reach out to my conglomerate that I have and see if anybody's interested in volunteering, helping, or whatever it is. So and Brian said, I don't know if we need it yet, but I will take you up on it if that becomes a thing. So
Yeah,
I
it
threw
does
out
sound
there.
like
I wanted to let them know.
that they have enough volunteers this year.
It sounds
So-
like they're struggling, but he when I threw it out there, he didn't jump at it. So
Yeah, well, he didn't
he was
say,
just
I didn't
soliciting.
see anywhere that he's canceling it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
they
think
definitely
you would
won't
have to
cancel.
cancel it. You would have to cancel it now.
He's already planning. He's in his planning phase. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll help it any way we can to make sure that it's successful to them in the planning phases of things. The day of stuff is just too hard, unfortunately.
Because I've been concerned too, because Wakefield's been losing a lot of events. So we don't have like holiday strolls anymore. We don't have any fall events anymore.
Well,
I know
we
they're trying to
have
bring them back.
we have the fall event at the lake, but it was rained out this year.
Yeah.
And we already have a date for next year. It's September 21st with a rain date of September 28th. So I just
Very
got
good.
that today, so I can pass it on to you. Yeah, we made it earlier this year. The last couple of years we've done it on Columbus Day weekend. And I'll be honest, I asked if we could not do it on Columbus Day weekend. It's a long weekend. My daughter's actually home. Yeah, I'd like to spend some time with her if I can. 21st, she's at school. She don't want to see me. So yeah, they moved it up a little bit earlier in the fall, and I think it'll work out great. We think we had over 1,000 people last time. We expect that we'll have a few thousand this time too. So yeah, and then the holiday stroll has become a changed event. And I know that was a safety issue with shutting down roads. So at least that's what I'm told. Any other questions, concerns, otherwise?
Dan, I don't know if this has been addressed before, but do we run the risk of losing the civic center for housing at any
Nope.
point?
Nope. Absolutely not.
Are there showers in that building? Because I know there was a
Nope.
gym there at one
There is
time.
not.
Oh, okay,
The shower that was there is now gone. That is now a handicap bathroom.
okay.
Yep.
Well, that's good to hear then.
That building, they'd have to pry me out of it. I would chain myself to the doors. So I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, and I got a text from Chris. She can't make it. Her knee was hurting her and
Okay,
she was having trouble, getting on to the
No
Zoom
problem.
meeting.
no problem. Anything else?
Yeah, that's a that's a good question, the Zoom thing. Are there plans for us to meet in person ever again in our, in my
Yep.
lifetime? Will be in your lifetime, but
Yep,
not in my lifetime.
Coming soon is what I hear. It could be after next month. So we might have one more Zoom and then we'll be hybrid. So if people need to be remote, they can be remote. Others will be in one location. We do have the technology at the Civic Center now. I do have a huge 80-inch TV with other capabilities there. We just don't know how to use it yet. So once everybody's been trained on it, we are good to go.
So if you couldn't make it in person, you could still do the
Yep.
Zoom?
Yep. Same like they do for town council. Same exact thing.
You'll be a TV star, Gene.
There will always be a recording element to this. So no matter what, these meetings will be recorded and streamed. So just be prepared for that. Just like it is right now. This is recorded and this is streamed. I don't know if we get any views, but other than me maybe going back through saying, did I come off real bad in that one? About it. So
Well, see, it might be an incentive when we go back to meeting in person, of me dressing up a little more than I'm dressed up right now, but
we're the recreation department. We're casual, we're fun, we're loose.
hey, it's Cannon's lacrosse.
There you go.
There you go.
Dan, I had to step away for a second, but I remember last meeting you had mentioned like the children's playhouse performance of
Yep.
Frozen Kids.
Yep.
So I just want Paxton's in that. I just wanted to put a plug out there for everybody. It's at the Galvin on the 12th. It's at 7 o'clock. They've been working so hard, like since September. So should be a good show. They've
been busting their butts on it. Parents, and Julie knows this, are working on the sets now. They're actually building the sets over at the Albin Cultural Exchange. It's a fantastic program run by a great person. It's I can't wait to see the product. So it'll be a lot of fun. Anything else, anybody? No. All right. It's up to you, Mr. Chairman.
Where'd you go?
Am I not here? I'm
You're
here.
there. No, you're there.
Oh, I lost you in the little boxes.
All right. Yeah, and if no one's got anything else, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second,
All in favor?
I.
Bye.
Opposed? Great, we're adjourned.
Sounds good. Thank you, everybody.